take you somewhere you probably never noticed before. I hope I don't run out of battery because I've charged my camera all night and then I used it for about 20 minutes and then it died on me. So I have to constantly charge it, and they blow out the camera and I have to take the battery out, put it back in just to get it to work. But I wanted to show you this place by Swan Creek over here, where they give out toy guns, teachers to African American students for math rewards, because you know they train them real early, and after all they do have a military government facility right next door to the school, so they can like get the students really quick. But I wanted to tell you that I heard there was an underground tunnel in between the military facility. So I used to know this guy who was stationed in here. He was in the reserves. His name was Thomas Williams. And I used to date him. First he was in the Fort Lewis military, and then but I wanted to just show it to you really quick because I know they say you can't trespass and stuff. But they got all the equipment out here ready, and they have it real close to the poor people facilities. And what they're doing is they're getting the kids ready, you know, to take them down. Look at the door; it's right in the back door. They have to see basically these armored trucks. And when you go to a nice area, like a rich area on the north end, or like University Place or somewhere, rich people live, they would never have that by their schools. Their moms would have a fit, and there's probably a law somewhere, a whack law against it, because you should never have, they're not even supposed to approach kids or be in the schools certain and recruiting them, I don't know, I think until high school. And this is a middle school, by the way. And anyways, I don't know how much access they have besides the underground tunnel that I've heard about, and what they're really doing. But they got the secret place back as behind it as well, where it's a trail that I'd like to take you on, but I'm not healthy enough. And when I took some classes at the city, we went down there, and there was a lot of history, but you know, that's another day. But I just wanted to show you this, and just before I run out of film, and just let you know that I just don't think it's right to be that close to a school. And I think it just is wrong to do that to poor people. But of course, you know, that's what our life is we're supposed to get from school into the military and be on the front lines and fighting wars in other countries, helping them have a better place to live while we can't find jobs when we come back from the military, I guess, parents. Before I left, after I left the food bank, they drove down by my street. The military police had some kind of tan Jeep, and it hit the street right as I was going by, coming to make this video, so they were already watching me. It's like the Berlin Wall in America. You don't see the walls, but they're there, and you know, there's some stuff going on behind that in those trails. I think that's where they do their temple rituals, and they could be maybe slipping the kids stuff in the food, and maybe they might be taking naps, and then maybe that's when they go in there to molest them. I don't know what's going on, but it's something sick. And no one was going to be able to get as deep as I've gotten and pretty much come out alive. With old-time slave masters who have millions of dollars traced all the way back to the Mayflower. And then when they want their kids and they want to molest and get the youth, they have their systems. They dig their little berthas in the ground and they get to them, believe me. Under most schools, there's always a secret room or code, just like that bingo place in Fife. They have a secret room for the elites where they go in there and they make the orders for the kids. I heard about, I had an insider tell me about that, where my brother-in-law supposedly goes there So, you know, it's just not hard to figure out these guys are sickos, and they got their system run, and they're protected by law enforcement and military. And most of the military are the ones always raping the young kids anyway and getting them to sneak them into the barracks and the bases, and ain't nothing to trash, low section people, and they leave the graffiti and all that up for us to feel nice and depressed. But this is where you get to live if you're stationed in the plantations of America. This was, I guess, probably better than New York, apparently. But I wanted to take you back here before my camera ran out, because I know they love to blow it out on me. They're just so cute. And they must do it from the space or whatever, but this is their little trail they have behind the school that connects very efficiently to the military, and where they probably, who knows, shoots guns, do target practice. I don't know how many kids. I used to know a kid who went there that I had to do a visitation with when I was working at the social services, and he kind of gave me a tip that he was getting molested, and he came from Swan Creek, and they were switching him around and everything, and I suspect he disappeared. I mean, you could probably look it up. He's one of the kids that I had to do supervised visitation with when I was at DSHS. I did it in the cafeteria, and I don't know where he is now, poor kid, but he was telling me some really crooked stuff was going on. Basically, he was scared, and he made me scared. But, you know, these kids are, you know, unprotected. I can't. I'm just a woman. All I could do is pass the message along and hope and pray God will protect me and them and my family. But Swan Creek has a lot to do with animals and swans that go and like ducks, you know, sitting ducks. But if you come back here and there's a bunch of trails, I would get out and go back here. But I'm just too afraid right now. I mean, you know, it's dangerous. But they got them back here, a bunch of stuff. That's where they do the temple rituals. Oh God, it's scary. I gotta get out of here right now. I can't even look. It's so dark. God protect me. Lord Jesus, I'm sorry. Give me the strength today. God bless you. Bless you people who live very poor people. Have to live on these plantations. But anyways, that's where they do it. All the dirt, sick stuff. Let me tell you, no one's gonna ever report about it. Secret of business, secret, all of it. I just heard a bang.